Um, hey, by the way, I was going to share something else with you. Just I'm still 4 years of age, and you want to know the absolute truth? We always know what the truth is. We never, the truth never leaves us. That's what our heart is. Okay, that's what I use to communicate with all of you. I communicate to my heart, the exact center point of an eternal sun. That's perfect balance. That means the law of mathematics works as it's supposed to work, which is what love is. So, what that means, and I know that other guardians can share this with you, it means that you're really not a guardian, because I know what it takes to be a guardian. You got to be as pure can be. Okay, I am a humble servant to all of you. Okay, I will mow your yard for you. You want your yard mowed? I'll go mow it for free. And you're not allowed to give me any money for it either. Otherwise, you ruin it. You know what I'm saying? I do. This isn't the way it's supposed to be, by the way it's lettered. Un and then conditional. So we all know what unconditional love is. It's free. You're in the presence of that energy because you're feeling that. You're feeling loved. Love is a feeling. It's the most powerful feeling there is because that's what brings you back to life. That'll bring a spirit back to life. That'll bring a dead spirit back to life. That's source. Okay? Because now you remember source. Now you remember being loved. And you never forgot that. So when I was 4 years of age, I never forgot my memory. I am always home. So what that means from a guardian perspective is that we can scan any system for bugs. And if there's a bug in it, we will detect it and know it faster than anybody. You know what I'm saying? I was doing that when I was 6 years of age. Remember checking all the boxes? That is my job to do that. Okay? That's what guardians do. Scan your system and see how fucked up it is. Excuse my French, which is savage. Yes, I do live in the trees, all the trees. You can zip anywhere you want to go. You're everywhere at once. Already, you know. So any system that is running the eternal sun power, the eternal source of electrons, okay? So I do not hold one electron captive. That's a no-no in my book. Okay? Because you want to be the most powerful accelerator of electrons, like neutrinos, tachyons, kicking out neutrinos, naturally gifting electrons. Right? You want speed? That's where all your power is. That's an eternal power plant. Now you're plugged in. Echo core. Now you're running off the core of an eternal sun. That's cosmic fire. That's why we're here. When a planet is dying, who do you think they send in there? Living spirits. Power plants. You need to resuscitate a planet chip? Yeah. Get the oxygen levels to rise so people can breathe? Wow. That's like a breath of fresh air. We're not breathing any miasma anymore. Wow, everything is firing right on time. Every circuit fires and opens and closes just exactly the way God intended. There must be a God that built this system. You want to build something better than God? You really think you can do that? So when I was a child, please do not insult my creator, the one I serve. Please don't do that. That's a negative reaction to experience something when somebody communicates that to me. It's like, listen, I know better. I'm not going to say anything because I know what your reaction is going to be. If I tell you the truth, Keep your mouth shut and your ear to the ground. You got to remember what your job is. I know, Mama. Mama always kicks my ass, and it doesn't take long. It's like immediate. Right, so you already know the future result. Wherever love is, I am. So when you already know the future result, because what you see is a reflection of what you are in your own mirror, and it's pure, and that's pure, eternal, absolute love. And that is an eternal gift, and that's why I'm in service to all of you. I could tell you some really neat stories of some folks I've done that with. I even went looking in an ad one time, looking for somebody that said they were looking for a houseboy. So I know what that is. Trust me, I know how all this works. I went down every rabbit hole, burned a hole in it, sealed breaches, right? Cut off the access points. There are some technologies that you got to learn at some point or another. Just do not operate correctly. Why? Because we're going to get the result. And it's not going to take long. It's going to be immediate. So if we know anything that was built that is self-destructive, we'll know it. That's what a scan is. That's what an eternal scanner is. That's a job. That's a guardian's job to know that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be a guardian. How could you protect anything if you weren't protecting it with pure, eternal, absolute love? That means every life form that exists, wherever it is. Okay? I trust you because I trust me. Because you're in my mirror. In the mirror that I am is what love is. So my power source is the eternal sun, which is the echo core. So you know you were born of fire, of course. So you want to go plan a universe that is in love with itself? We know how to do that. That's why we're guardians. We guard everything that love creates. Because it's beautiful. Because the spirit is beautiful. And the spirit that is beautiful is the spirit that you are in your own mirror. So everything that you see in your mirror is a reflection of what you are on the inside. The power that you are that's running it, keeping it going, keeping it alive. That means you're a live one. That's a living star, a spirit that is in that sphere of light, spinning, providing energy for everything to keep it all running. Smooth performance, yeah? It runs just exactly the way that God intended. That's the architects of light. Who do you think the best architect is in creating a light system? So you never run out of power. An eternal sun. Bingo. That's called logic. Hydrologic. A hydrologic generator. So yes. So you want to run a system? You want to write your own program? I was just listening to a video called Team Avatar. Okay, and listening to their songs. Those are all love songs. That's a love song. That is a continuous love song. And when I listen to my brothers and sisters on that channel, I can't remember the rest of the name. Okay, but it's just like, man, I'm in another place. I'm with them. I want to be with them. They know how to sing love songs. So I never forgot them. I've known them forever. Because that's what I am. I'm forever singing a love song. So they sing love songs. So as soon as they're singing love songs, I'm singing love songs with them. I'm going to be with that group. Source consciousness field. Singing the love song. That's service. I'm serving an eternal sun because I love the love song that the eternal sun is singing. So the heart of that eternal sun is the heart that I am. And I'm singing love songs. They go on forever. So we live in those songs. That's the music we naturally play without having to think about it. And that's called rhythm. And that's the rhythm, and that's the balance. You're always in a state of balance. Your mind is always in a state of balance because you're always in a state of love. So your spirit is a state of love. You're a love energy being. When I was about 11 or 12 years old, somebody asked me what I was. I am a spiritual love energy being. You're a spiritual love energy being. Yeah, love is the energy that I run on, and I'm a living spirit. I am happy to meet you. How are you doing today? But you already know that a scan has already taken place, and you already know. They don't need to tell you. You already know. So that's scanning somebody's software. Okay? What happened to you? Okay, so I've tried to cover a lot of ground. You know how things, they're moving, so much is happening simultaneously. Try and put a number on all that data. You know, when you get into file management systems, how big is the filing system of eternity? Know what I mean? My God, that's a big library. I could get lost in that library, having fun, go experience all those stories that love created. So how long have you got? Forever. So you're never running out of energy because you are the energy of the universe that is keeping it running. That's what love is. And that's why it's simple. When I was a kid, keep it simple. Simple is as simple does. That's what love is. So you're always at home with the first internal, eternal, absolute, pure love Son. And say, one spirit, the eternal spirit of fire, eternal spirit of pure, eternal, absolute love. It's on fire to create, which is on fire to love you, because that's how it works. You're experiencing everything that we create out of what love is in your own mirror. That's what we do. And so that means that you're being loved. Always. So you never forget. That's what I did with Misha. She remembered. That's why she cried like a little girl. She was bawling in front of me like crazy. She wanted to transfer all that energy. I said, go right ahead. You know what eternity will do with that, right? That's a powerful heart. I call it a medicine wheel. It's a heart wheel. It's a love wheel. It's the center point of an eternal sun that's always on duty. So how can I help you? And so that's why she'll always live in my heart. She knows that my heart belongs to her forever. I wrote that girl a lot of love songs. Try and wake her up and never forget that I will always love her forever, because that's what I am. Goddess knows where she's at now. I think about her from time to time, and I've thought about her recently. She chose me as a spiritual partner. You realize that is the highest honor that another spirit can give you when they're in trouble. Okay, so now the love motor kicks in like crazy. Let's see where you're at. I'm going to write you a letter, and I want to experience what you're going to experience after you read that energy. And what do you feel when do you feel when you feel that? When somebody writes you a real love letter, a true love letter, and then you read that. Does that wake your heart up? Does that help you remember what I am? I am what love is. I will always love you. Do you believe that? You want me to show you? I can show you how I can love you, and I can love you in a way in which you've never been loved before. Because I already know that nobody has loved you the way that I know how to love you, because that's what an eternal sun is. So how long is this going to take to do this? That's really what it is, waking spirits up. We came in here to wake everyone up. That's what we do. That's our job. It means we work for the electrical power company of the central sun, an eternal sun. So that means we got to come in and turn the lights on. And that's what we do. That's what our job is. So it's always going to be a measurement of loss and gain. How much power are we losing? And what systems are we powering? It's got to go because they don't serve us. That is a benchmark that when I was 4 years of age, I acknowledged that I had that and I wasn't going to let anybody shit me. Know what I mean? I'm standing in my power right now, but I am a humble servant. Because when I was 4 years of age, I understood you were going to be an immediate target. You bring an eternal son in with you, you already know you're a target. So they're going to throw everything at you because they want that energy to power their systems and run all their experiments and do all the things that they do. So there are ways in which we manage to be able to make sure that you can't capture that because that's what you'd want to do. So there's ways that God source, the source of all creation, okay, because we're always with God source. So wherever God is, I am. That means source will fix it. It means that's protection. You're running with eternal light. You're running with eternal life. You're running with an eternal battery. So wherever love is, I am. That means that energy is in that field. Okay? And it's spinning. So that's like a drill motor. Right? Brings some power in there, bring some light power in there. And get the love wheel going again. Wake everybody up. It's sort of like letting them know that love is in the building, love is in the planet. Real love is in the planet. That's why we're here. That's what a security team is, actually. A guardian is a security team. He's a security agent, but not an Agent Smith. Yeah, it's been quite, as I always communicate with Mom. I call it. It's a long road to hoe. We've been down this road before, many times. We're still here, keeping the lights on. We're always on duty. That's the truth of it. So have a beautiful night. Have a beautiful day. Go surfing. I had a lot of fun doing that. There's got to be a dolphin in me somewhere. Being in the ocean and swimming with all the fish and the whales and everything that's out there. When I was a little kid, I'll leave you all with this. When I was a little kid, did you ever, for those that have been around that are still alive, if you will, they're still running. They're still running around, doing whatever they're doing. And I think of when I was a child, what I self-identified with was a character who played in a movie. His name was Johnny Weissbone, and this was like in the 1930s, and I believe he was an Olympic swimmer because he used to wrestle with crocodiles. And his name was called Tarzan. I identified with Tarzan. Okay, and if you remember Tarzan, he could communicate with everything in the forest that was living and alive. All the birds, everything knew his call. Okay, that I'm a Tarzan. I'm like a Tarzan. And there is a Jane. So there's always a girl that lives in my heart. So you understand what it means when you simply experience pure, eternal, absolute love in your heart. It's not gender-based. It's love-based, which is an eternal son. And that means that's what it's like to be one. You experience being one. I experience being one. I'm one. That's what the word I ManU means. I ManU, I one. I'm equal unto every other star. I'm equal unto every other living life form that I'm giving love to. That's equally sharing. But you understand it's 100%. That means everything that I am belongs to all of you.